Hey guys, Charles here, and welcome to my newest video on Fiverr and budget SEO. This video is for people that don't necessarily have the budget to invest in an expensive link building and on-page SEO campaign, or maybe just don't have the budget to invest in a number of sites that they own because they have to do it on a large scale, or even if you have clients that are in smaller niches that are giving you less money than you would perhaps need, maybe $500 a month, something like that. This video should help you guys out massively. Okay, so first of all, you need to be careful when you're doing budget, and specifically Fiverr SEO. There are a lot of bad services on Fiverr. You need to be choosing wisely. Even if the service has got 10 5-star reviews, it can be manipulated by people who are looking to make a quick buck on Fiverr. Make sure that you are testing these gigs before you go and purchase anything, and make sure you're doing your research into them. Don't be tempted by spam, link wheels, Web 2.0 networks, all that kind of stuff. They don't work. And double check in the fine print of the description of every single gig that if you are buying a guest post or a PBN link, then it is that. Because I have bought PBN links in the past, years and years ago, that have turned out to be Web 2.0s because I haven't read the description properly. You need to be doing your research and double checking when it comes to this. Because you're spending less money, you need to expect that you're going to get a lesser product. So make sure that you're actually double checking the gigs, that they are what they say they are. Budget SEO doesn't have to be on Fiverr. I'm going to prove that in the later of the video, and I'm going to show you a few brilliant vendors that do stuff on the cheap. And all the links that are mentioned in this video will be in the description down below, so all you have to do is go there if you want to check out one of the specific gigs that I've mentioned. So the first gigs are tool reports. Tools can be super expensive. Things like Ahrefs start at about $100 a month, going up to $1,000 a month, and that's the account that I personally use. You can actually go onto Fiverr and you can do the exact same with SEMrush and other tools as well, and you can export your backlinks, organic positions, and your 3 competitors for about $10 on Fiverr currently, which is a pretty good rate considering that it would normally cost you 10 times that to be able to get access to it via an account. Content writing is something that is really good as well. Content assets for link building, for your money pages, and for your guest posts, specifically for your guest posts, because I'll go into building links via Fiverr and via budget things later, and I highly recommend that you use your own content for those. And then tips when you're choosing a content writer: make sure that you're avoiding the top sellers, because generally they'll just be using VAs that are churning out stuff all day long and aren't going to actually care so much about your industry or specifically about your piece of work. As well as that, you want to choose a niche specific writer, if I can even say that word, a niche specific writer. For example, I've given a gig here in the professional, medical and health industry. For example, if you're in health insurance or something like that, then you'll be able to use this service to write your content for you at a fairly decent rate and a cheap price. You want a niche specific writer just so that they know at least something about your industry. Otherwise, we're just going to be getting a generic writer who hasn't done much research apart from look at a Wikipedia page. On-page audits are something that a lot of people miss out on. They don't even look at optimizing their titles and meta descriptions anymore for some reason. I don't understand why that is at all. I use titles every single day in every single one of my things. Please do not automatically let Yoast set your meta titles for you. You can also choose a variation of other products and add-ons as well with it, which includes things like your robots and text, XML sitemap, keyword research, and actually physically editing the metadata itself. There is a ton of things to do with OnPage, and it's very unlikely that any cheap Fiverr gig will actually give you a complete and in-detail technical SEO guide to optimizing your website. But it's a pretty good start if you don't know much about on-page auditing or on-page SEO itself, and they're fairly cheap as well, starting at about $5. Videos are something that I use on quite a regular basis. They're fantastic to use for link building, things via video submission sites, things like YouTube, things like Vimeo, etc. There is about 25 video sites out there that doesn't take long for you to go and find, and you can upload each one of them and link out from your description, which will help you balance out your nofollow and your anchor text ratios when it comes to your link building work. You can also use these videos to actually rank inside of YouTube, which is what a lot of people forget to do. If you are making a money page for a specific product or a specific review, then it makes total sense to make a video going along with it, because then you're getting the traffic that YouTube search gets as well. As a side tip to this as well, you can actually use YouTube gigs to actually rank your videos, though it does take some work, and I wouldn't suggest doing it if you don't know what you're doing, because you're just going to end up de-ranking that video or potentially hurting that video's chances of ranking inside YouTube. Link building, everyone's favourite subject in SEO, and the main thing that everyone is probably in this video for. You can actually get niche guest posts on Fiverr just of from what I said earlier, make sure that you're doing your own content and make sure that you're reading the reviews of all of these guest posting sites. You do not want to get on a site that is going to be penalised, and quite a few of the sites that you can actually get guest posts on will actually give you the link to those sites on there. So you want to go and check those in things like Ahrefs and SEMrush, etc. Obviously, you can get the SEMrush free trial for 30 days, which then allows you to check all these sites out and see if they have lost traffic recently, see if they have any traffic at all, and see what kind of link profiles they have, so that you're making sure that any sites that you're buying links on are a decent and good site to buy a link from. PBNs. I do not suggest buying PBNs off Fiverr at all. It is not a good idea, and you can actually get reputable sellers selling them as low as $6.50 per post. This means that you're at least getting a solid tested PBN from one of these two providers. I recommend Domains Highway and ArchSEO.com. Domains Highway is quite significantly cheaper, but you get a higher OBL and less time on the homepage. Arch SEO is run by a guy called Samuel, it's about $15 a post at the lower end of things, and you can actually get a really good links from him for a fairly cheap amount. So, as I said, all the links for these things are in the description down below. Then I go into niche blog comments. These are something I've talked about for years. These are fantastic pillow links, and again, you want to be using reputable sellers. They're good for diversifying your nofollow and your anchor text profile again, and they're counted massively in terms of Google. One thing that I cannot stress highly enough, and for some reason people think that you should be building blog comments at your money pages. That is a stupid idea, and I do not recommend doing that at all. Purely build your niche blog comments and your blog comments in general, though make sure that they're niche because they tend to not be very strong if they're not, via the homepage. Never build links to money pages that are from comments, directories, that kind of thing, because who in their right mind would link to a internal page in the blog comment section? That does not look natural to Google at all. And my recommended vendor for this section is ADSS30. Again, a link is in the description below. And he's also my recommended vendor for the next section, which is on citations. You want to be using a small amount of citations. You do not need 50 citations at all. What literal business owner will go through and build 50 individual citations himself? They simply don't have the time because they're running a business. They don't have the time to be SEOs. It looks completely unnatural if you're building 50 citations from random varying sites across the world. Try 10, and ADSS30 actually sell a 10 package of citations for $15, which works out to $1.50 per citation, which is extremely cheap considering what you'll be getting. And then you want to be using tier 2 power up. So this is something that you can use on your PBNs and on your guest posts that you just bought for that cheap price. And again, for $5 you can get 7 high quality English shape links that have got TF and DA of 15+. So these are manually searched for by this guy here. You can obviously get higher metrics if you want to, and you can obviously get more if you want to. Just make sure again that you're using the right gigs. You can always use cheap PBNs, so I recommend Domains Highway for the cheap PBNs if you want to tier 2 them up. $6.50 a post is nothing considering that you can use these you can use one PBN link per tier 1 link to power it up. And over the course of 2 or 3 months, once that actually gets age and authority, that link is going to be significantly stronger than if you didn't build any tier 2 links to it. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a lot. I'll see you in the new year, and again, you'll be able to see my new intro and outro in the new year. So this is the last time that you'll be able to get to see this intro. You can follow me on You can follow me on Twitter at Charles_SEO. You can follow me on Facebook /TheCharlesFloat, and my email list is at charlesfloat.co.uk/join, where you can actually get a 7-day free SEO course. I'll see you in 2018. It's been awesome. Peace.